Welcome back to episode 2 in this mini series of Selling with Soul. I hope you really enjoyed episode 1. If you haven't yet, go back and listen to that first episode because these all build and stack on top of each other. So we're going to talk today about your money blocks. This is so important, so vital for you really grasping what's truly standing in the way and what's distorting what selling really is, and making it feel icky and slimy and cringe or just difficult. So if you're feeling those ways, trust me, I totally see you and hear you. And that was me not that long ago. But coming now on the other side of it, where I love selling and it's so comfortable, it's because I had to get real about what my views on money actually was and ask the hard questions and do the inner work. And once these blocks were resolved and I saw really what receiving money actually is about, I became empowered to sell. I became empowered and okay with receiving. So here's what I want you to know is that how you receive money or the way you feel about receiving money is how you feel about receiving anything. Let's flip that. If you have challenges with receiving compliments, and if you have challenges with receiving help, you are having challenges with receiving money. So how you receive anything is how you're going to block everything. If you have trouble with receiving help, trouble with receiving compliments, you are blocking money probably. And what my hopes are for you in this episode is to get you to understand that receiving money is love. Receiving money is an act of legacy. It is an act of leadership. It does not make you greedy or materialistic or any of those other things and labels that people have put on you because you're a woman or because you're just someone who's in business. And I'm going to be real with you. A lot of people actually aren't thinking that. It's you thinking that. And when I realized that about myself, it was like, oh shit, no one's actually standing in my way of me making money and receiving. It is my own inner beliefs about money. So growing up, I was shown that making money is hard. Making money is for other people. Making money is something to spend, right? So money would come in, but then someone in my family would go and spend it. Someone in my family really liked the material objects. So money wasn't something to hold and build and maintain. Money was something to spend, to get rid of. So right there, I was taught for a very long time growing up that when you have money, it's important to quickly get rid of it. So that would put an interesting block on my receiving right there, right? Because if money was something to get rid of, then why would I want to collect it in the first place? Does that resonate for you at all? Okay. Another thing that I had to learn about my own money blocks was that when I receive money, one thing I want to do is spend, like I was just saying, because spending money puts me back into scarcity. It puts me back into not having. And here's the mind-blowing fact that I had to learn about myself, and maybe this applies to you too. I was spending money all of the time because it did not feel safe to receive and hold it, because it did not feel safe to step into power. Because guess what more money actually helps you to do? Become visible, right? Become big, take up space, fill the room, book the room to have your 2-day event, rent out the space to do your workshop, hire the PR team so you could get on the talk show, on the radio shows, buy the podcasting equipment, so you can put and project your voice out there into the world and be seen and be heard. It actually meant holding more. And so it's not that you're afraid to receive, it's that you're afraid to receive because what receiving actually leads to, my friend. And that's visibility. It leads to power. And so you don't actually have a problem with selling because of receiving. You have a problem with receiving because of what receiving will lead to, which is more. And so the deeper work with money, the deeper work with selling is about coming to grips with the fact that there's still inner work and nervous system work to be done that leads you to a place where holding more feels safe. And until you get there, selling will always feel sleazy. We will call it grimy. We will call it pushy. We will call it the thing. I just don't do that in my business. It's a thing you will forever avoid. But what you're actually avoiding is this whole universe of self-discovery over here, which is that, oh my goodness, I'm afraid to receive on any level because that actually connects me deeper with people. Because if you're afraid to receive help because you're like me, I was a stubborn, independent, only child. I don't need anyone's help. I'm a woman coming up in the world. Well, actually, if I received your help, that would mean that I have to communicate with you, and I'd have to probably set up Zoom meetings, and I'd have to run the meeting, and I'd have to ask for what I want. And I'm actually really uncomfortable with that because you might actually give me what I want. I'm going through it right now with sponsorship for my upcoming 2-day event, the most incredible thing ever in the whole world. And I can't wait to do it. But I can't do it alone. I literally need other people's money. And when they say yes to me, I'm going to have them on my podcast. And I'm going to have to make reels supporting, depending on which tier they buy. But I'm going to have to bring them in. I'm going to have to support them. I'm going to have to make signage for them at my event. I'm going to have to, oh my gosh, even before all that, I'm going to have to hop on a call with them. I'm going to have to bring them into the vision of Vocal Honey. And do you see how suddenly it becomes about my inability to be visible? Except it's not, because I'm putting myself out there, because I've done the work and I've been able to move past this, but it's still coming up here and there. Oh, gulp. Oh, I'm going to have to talk about what I'm doing. Even right now, I'm going through it. And so it's never a yes, no, on, off. It's while we expand and while we're stepping into the next version of ourselves, we still have old vestiges of who we once were right there going, I think we should be afraid and we should turn around and we should run. But that's not the answer. Because people need what you have. People are praying for what you're selling right now. But you're not selling because you're afraid to receive. Because receiving is really about you becoming instantly powerful. And it's your power that you're afraid of. And listen, I get it. I get it. But you've got this. You've got this. How do I know you've got this? Because you've got a mission in your heart. You've got a collective community vision in your bones. And God wouldn't have given that to you unless they understood that you were the one to hold that divine assignment. And so I want you just right now to sit up a little bit taller in your chair and just own that. Will you freaking own that? Please own that. My God, like you're the one, babe. You are the one, and it's safe. It's needed. It's necessary to actually claim that. And you can claim it right now. And you can claim it again 30 minutes if you stop claiming it. Like you can claim it tomorrow, and I'm going to need you to claim it. You're going to have to claim it every single day. It's not easy. I don't ever wake up and I'm like, okay, we're fully claimed in our highest self. I have more and more days where it feels like that, but there's still days where I struggle to claim it. And this is about that inner work of reconciling why. Is it because it's more comfortable to stay small? Yeah. Is it because I grew up in a household that was very jealous at times of people with money, and let it be really known in various ways that those wealthy people, they're evil. They do bad stuff in the world. They're the problem. My earring just fell out. They're the problem over there. Is it because that conditioning is creeping in now? And do I believe that? And that's the catch, is to catch the thinking and then ask yourself, do I believe that that's true? What do I actually believe about money? Okay. Money is a spiritual currency. Neville Goddard says this all the time. I love him. It's a spiritual economy. And when we understand the block on our healing, the block on our receiving, the block on what power actually feels like, then we get to switch into something else. We get to go into it is our mission, and our mission requires money. Okay, so here's the next unfolding of this beautiful origami shape around healing your money story is that, listen, your mission requires money. That's a Brendan Burchard statement. The mission requires money. Otherwise, it's dead in the water, right? Otherwise, you're not going anywhere. You do not have a viable brand business mission. It's dead. So you literally need money to move your mission forward. And what I say is that money magnifies the message. So if you're going, why does no one know about me? Why does it feel like everyone else is becoming so successful and popular, or whatever that story is, and whatever you think you're seeing, but I'm over here with the next best thing, but I feel like a secret? It's because you're not receiving money. Money is going to help you buy the microphone. It's going to help you buy the fancy camera. Money is going to help you rent the room like I'm doing for 2 days coming up in spring of 2026. Money is going to help you hire the event strategist that I've had to do. Money is going to help you build your dream that ultimately helps your clients move their life forward, that betters someone else's life. So it magnifies the message. It gets people in the room. It gets people to hear and see you on a level that you've never been able to do before when you were broke. And so your mission demands it of you. It funds your impact. Okay. And when we start thinking about money as a spiritual currency, moving love and light and positivity in the world, because you are the one that's going to do that. You are literally the one that needs to make money, because when you spend that currency in the world, you are upping the energy and upping the vibe of what you get to do in this world. It is your energetic responsibility to be massively wealthy, so that you can do the most good in the world. Donate to the non-for-profits. Start a school. Create a non-for-profit yourself with your crazy amount of money. Start an animal rescue farm. Right? Like, rent the rooms, bring the people in, transform lives. It's going to require big amounts of money, but it requires it nonetheless. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about your mission. Okay? So how do we get to this place? Well, first of all, when you join my coaching program, I teach you this. Okay? And in this next round of Vocal Honey Group coaching, this is now becoming a fixture, a permanent conversation. Because the same way that you're not receiving money is the same way that you're not receiving visibility. And so we think that just throwing ourselves on a stage solves all of our problems of visibility, but it's not. Because when you're visible, when you're being heard, you are receiving attention from people. And that's a whole different currency that will freak people out. It's why getting on a stage, we have public speaking anxiety. It's because we're really unable to receive love. We're unable to feel the bigness of who we are. And so there's inner work that has to be done to move through that. And that's where I get into deep subconscious reprogramming. We get into the future self visualization. We activate from the inside out. Okay. And here's the next thing. All right. Here's the next layer to this. I want to normalize it for you right now that you deserve to be fucking dripping with luxury. Your ass needs to be so fucking luxed out. Okay. You deserve the new car. You deserve the new home. You deserve to take the vacations in Italy. Whatever your soul desires, you deserve. And these creature comforts that we are afraid that we're going to buy, that someone's going to go, well, look at you. You're doing it all for the money. It's 0.0001% of people are ever going to call you out on that. That's not your people anyways. Most of the people in your corner, all of the people in your corner are cheering for you. And they're going to celebrate you when you get that new car. Because here's what it really means. It means that you've healed your money blocks, that you've healed your visibility wound, and that you've taken complete stewardship of your mission so seriously now, the money is flowing in with no problem. And that if you can do it too and get that new car and get that new house, you're showing someone behind you who's just starting, hey, come on, look at me. I was once where you are, but I have now bought that new house for my family. I have now got myself out of debt. I want you to hear me right now, Kimberly LaForte, that it is my goal to buy my parents a house in Florida because that's where they want to live, apparently. I'm not a big Florida girl, but if they want to live there, great. And I have a lot of debt still from my previous businesses that I am going to get out of. And when I get out of debt, do you know what I'm going to do with the extra money? I'm donating a lot of it to Wildlife SOS, and I want to start an elephant hospital. I want to, because they need it all the time. They need tools. They need the techs. They need the big cranes that lift the elephants up. They need all that stuff. And I am going to go to India and I'm going to visit my own damn hospital that's down there. Like, my money is going to do such good in the world. And you know what I'm also going to have? Is a vintage Porsche. I want a green one with like beautiful cognac leather inside. And I'm going to have this amazing house in the Adirondacks with Brandon that's just so fucking beautiful. And my chef is going to come every day. And I'm also going to have my private masseuse, and I'm going to have my yoga teacher and my meditation teacher come to the house. I'm going to have a private gym there. Like, I have vision and plans for my wealth, and money loves when you have plans, because all of that levels up my energy. When I'm in a high energy state, surrounded by luxury, surrounded by things that actually keep me in a state of positivity, I do more good in the world. So screw anyone who says that you can't have it, and kill that part of yourself. Love them, okay? But then bye. Go jump off a cliff. Because honestly, where we're headed now is we need to be in a high vibe state. We need our inner state high. Surrounded by luxury is one way to do that. Taking trips to the ocean, going to the Maldives, going to Costa Rica, which we will be spending months in Costa Rica, by the way, because that place lights me up. That's how I get into my high energy state. It's getting the private chef isn't just to have a private chef. It's so I feed myself the highest vibe food, because the higher my state is, the more good I do in the world. And that is the inner connection to luxury. You must be surrounded with the highest vibe things so you can maintain your state, okay? So here's what we've uncovered in this episode. Let's review. The key theme was that removing money blocks helps you receive money as an act of love, as an act of connection, legacy, and leadership. And that you do have a money wound there of receiving, because receiving actually will put you into a position of power. So you don't have really a money problem or a money block. You have a I'm freaking powerful block. We need to work on that. And if you want to work on it, get inside this next round of Vocal Honey group coaching. Come see me at the 2-day event. Get your ticket now, because we're going to be doing that shit in person. And we will be clearing up that energy right there on the spot. You will not have that problem anymore. I promise you in that 2-day event. Okay. Your mission requires that you make money. It's not about you. It's not about you, guys. You're not making money for you, and stepping into and owning the vision of your luxury and playing big in your mind and knowing that you're going to live that kind of life, again, has nothing to do with you. You deserve it, but you also require it, because that life of luxury, whatever level that is to you, okay? I don't shame it. If you want a Ferrari, if that's what's going to help you play and have fun and stay in that high vibe state, then go for it. I don't necessarily want a Ferrari. I want a Porsche. I'm claiming that because I know in my future state, that's the level of play and bravado and just like going all out and going for rides. And it's going to make me feel so good. It's so good. I could cry right now, which to some people that seems crazy, but go find another channel to play in, because around here, Vocal Honey Queens, we play big and we want that high vibe lifestyle, right? Because ultimately, when I'm in that peak state of play and passion and that fuck yeah life, I do my highest good. And that's why we have to remove the receiving blocks. We have to remove the visibility wound. We have to heal that. We have to step into our power, and receiving from that state is an obligation in this spiritual economy that you are in. Yes. Hell yeah. If you're with me, you're watching that YouTube channel, I want you to put the comments below about how this just moved you. Are you ready to receive your power now? Are you ready to receive that money now? Right? Hasn't this just lit you up from the inside out? This is why I love this topic so much. And when you understand this, how can you not sell? How can you not start persuading? How can you not start engaging with your community? How can you not start asking for what you need and what you want in this world, knowing that it's going to put you in this state of receivership? And here's the other thing, the last thing on receiving. When I study Neville Goddard, okay, what you don't know, look it up. Here's the last bit of understanding about quantum physics, and then we're going to wrap this up. Let me blow your mind, okay? Nothing in the world is being created, ever. Nothing is ever new is being created. Every bit of energy, like literally on the cellular level that will ever exist, is already here in the universe right now, especially in the quantum. Every possibility, every amount of money, every bit of fame and wealth and success, as well as every struggle and illness and death and whatever negative things, like it all exists in the quantum. So we're never creating an offer. You're never creating money. You're never selling to create your more wealth in your bank account. You're only ever receiving what already exists. Did you catch that? So I want you to also give yourself permission to let go of this idea that you're creating a sell, that you're creating an offer, that you're creating the Thrivecart or PayPal checkout link. You're not. You're receiving the link. You're receiving the gift of what you've been praying on, of what you've been holding in your energy being state, which is communion with other people, right? Which is that wealthy mindset of I'm not creating anything. I'm not doing anything. I am just receiving finally the visualizations that I've been seeing in my mind. I'm finally in this 3D world. It's caught up with the energy state of who I am. And so now when we're in a state of receiving, we are always just opening up our heart and saying, what? Thank you. We're saying thank you. So when you think you're creating a moment for someone to buy your offer, you got it wrong. You are receiving in that moment. And when you're receiving, we are in a state of gratitude. That is the only way that you receive. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza. He says that all the time. So if we want to receive, we have to be grateful. And since you're never creating anything new in the world, you're only ever in a state of receivership when something shows up, which means you're in a state of gratitude. So to sell is to receive, and you're receiving because you're grateful. So actually selling is just consistently walking around in a state of thank you, freaking life is awesome. There you go. Take that, put it in your pipe and smoke it, and get out there and start selling. I can't wait to see you the next episode. Episode 3 of this mini series on selling with soul is going to be all about feminine strategy and energetics of selling versus masculine, which we do not need anymore. I'm going to show you the way forward with beautiful, relaxed energy that, again, is just going to put you in this beautiful position to understand that selling is happening all the time and selling is really beautiful. I'll see you in the next episode.